Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch, doing another tea with Nan at 12 o'clock on a Monday. Oh, hi everybody. I've got my big cup today. Strong women need strong drinks. It's a nice strong drink of Earl Grey. I hope you're all okay and you've had a good week since last week, or the week, every day. Every day's a fun day, isn't it? Or it can be. So glad you joined me. Today's tea with Nan is all about keeping everything simple. You know, don't we all overcomplicate everything? I'm going to be going on about that today. I'll just put my tea down. So I'm waiting for someone to come on. Someone's come on already. Happy Monday, hugs to you, whoever you are. There's a couple of people now. I hope you're enjoying this beautiful day. It's gorgeous out there. Aren't we lucky? We've got to stop being grateful. Oh, Annie, it's you. You're the first person on today. Thank you for joining me. I know how busy you are. Yes, and of course I didn't have a tea with Nan last week, so I'm glad you joined me this time. So today's all about keeping it simple. You know, we tend to overcomplicate our lives, don't we? I mean, all of us do it, every one of us. We all sort of getting into motion, action, things we want to do, and before you know it, you're sort of running ahead of yourself. You know, it's like traveling in fifth gear, isn't it? Oh, so it's nice that you're joining me to talk about this today, because especially on a Monday. I mean, Mondays are my favourite days, as you know. Oh, Annie, freebies on here as well. Thank you for joining me, darling. So we tend to get ahead of ourselves, don't we? We really do. We sort of think the whole week, we think the whole year, we think about Christmas, we think about everything in the future. And it's all right to plan. I'm not saying that's not a good thing, but we really need to keep it simple. So we plan whatever we want, bring ourselves back to this moment so that we can be in charge of our energy. Otherwise, oh, Jane's on here as well. Happy Monday, hugs to you, Jane. Nice to see you, darling. So we need to be conserving our energy, you know, mentally, emotionally, on our body energy. I mean, when we're sort of thinking too much ahead, perhaps we're worrying about not getting all the details right, you know, all these projects we put ourselves into, which are great rewards, but we have to be careful not to sort of overcomplicate all those things. And drawing ourselves back to the moment will help to keep it simple, won't it? And if we don't do that, then we sort of feel exhausted, you know, from all those plans. It can be exciting too, but we can run ourselves down. And we might be worried, because we do this a lot, everyone does it, but we might be worried that we haven't had enough attention to those finer details to make everything perfect or right for us in that situation or whatever challenge we're doing, whatever we want to accomplish. But we tend to overanalyze, and we get used to doing that. We got taught that when we were children, perhaps at school, or analyze every situation before you move. You know, perhaps a parent was saying to you, you know, or someone you love and admire said, you know, you must think things through, every single detail. And maybe that was right for them. But at the moment, think about how exhausting that is when you've thought about every single detail. And then really, the easy button would be to push it into a small place of simple. And everything can remain in that little pocket of simple. And you just think, well, if I just make it, you know, get rid of the clutter, get rid of the extra things that we don't need to overthink, bring ourselves back to the moment and keep it simple. And that immediately makes you feel calm, because you feel in control, because you don't feel like you're racing to get everything done and all those things must take your attention, which can take quite a lot of your energy. Marika, you're here, darling. Happy Monday, hugs to you. We're talking about keeping it simple and how easy it is for us to overcomplicate our lives. And we do it in all areas, don't we? And when we do this, we feel, as I say, worry, stress of not getting every single detail right, or whatever we want to achieve can affect these chakra areas. So when we're worried, have I really thought about everything before I do this or that? Or, you know, take Christmas, for instance. I've written a note here. I know some people, because there's Christmas stuff in the shops already in September, they're starting to think, oh, I've got to get everything right. And they're now thinking ahead, which is nice. Maybe you feel organised and achieved when you get these things done. But pull ourselves back, because we're thinking of every situation around it. And it might be reflected from what happened last year or the year before. And that gets even messier in our heads. So we have to draw it back, make plans if you want to, bring yourself back, keep it simple. And that protects your mind, protects your crown chakra. It stops you from worrying. That's this one here. If you worry, you're taking down your main base chakra, because you're thinking, have I got everything done? Or maybe you're stressed about it too. that would take this one down. And if it brings it down, you're going to have some issue or imbalance or feeling uncomfortable, perhaps not your full best in those areas. So it's really good. Oh, thank you, Marika. That's lovely. I got a nice hug from you too. Protect your body, protect your energy, protect your mindful energy, protect yourself, your inner child from overthinking. Everything gets too serious when we overthink. You know, we sort of take ourselves away from the joy around us, the simplicity, the flowers in the garden, you know, the sound of the birds in the trees. We don't hear those things. We don't see these things when we're overthinking, do we? We're consumed. And so we kind of miss out on these lovely things that are in the present moment. So we all need to feel calm and peaceful and trust ourselves that we can achieve these things without overcomplicating everything as we do. I mean, all of us do it. We think about our time frame of doing something. We feel the pressure of that. We think of everything to be in control. This is why we do it, because we want to feel in control so we feel relaxed as a result of that. But while you're going through that process, you're not feeling relaxed. So we've got used to doing this. We need to protect, sometimes we need to protect ourselves from failure. That's another thing I've written on my board here. We could think, oh, well, I got that wrong before. I must overthink this, otherwise I'll get it wrong again. Of course, it's very easy to get into that habit of thinking. But if you trust yourself, if you think, I'm just going to bring myself back and trust that right now, in this moment, it doesn't matter what happened before, I'm in control of this moment. And I am just going to keep everything simple. And with that, you're going to feel a sense of peace and trust and calm. Oh, hi, Nick. Nice that you've joined us, darling. Happy Monday. So, I mean, I was always overcomplicating everything, you know, all the time in my relationships, in situations, in my work. Definitely in my work, I'd go, well, I've got to get that, and that leads to that, and I can't do that until that. And then I learned. I realised I was better at doing everything I wanted to do. I was more authentic, calmer, conserved my energy. I was a better influence on others. If I just, yes, plan or trust I can plan in the future, but bring it back to the moment, to be calm and centered now. You know, a long time ago, I remember hearing a sentence which I didn't like very much. It came from an authentic source apparently, but I don't really like this sentence. But I'm going to give you something I've adapted from this sentence. So some of you may have heard, keep it simple, stupid, right? Well, I don't like that stupid bit. I think that's not good for us to say to ourselves or anyone else. So apparently that was said years ago and it became a sentence that people remembered. But I don't like that, and it became KISS for short. Keep it simple, stupid. Well, I don't really like that. As I said, it's not good for you to say those things to yourself or anyone else, because we're all of us definitely not stupid. So I kind of adjusted this in a playful way so we can keep it simple, sunshine. You know, like you'd say to yourself, oh, Kerry, you're here. Happy Monday, darling. Lots of love. Keep it simple, sunshine. KISS, KISS. So why don't we give ourselves a kiss every day? Keep it simple, sunshine. You know, that's a lovely thing to say to yourself, isn't it? Keep it simple, sunshine. And what can we do to do that? Is it in our relationships? Are we overthinking everything? Is it in our work? Is it in our family? Where are we overthinking? And all of us do it. It's catching that, it's realizing that, and then just bringing yourself back from it. Okay, how can I make this simple? And it could be fun too. It'd be less stress, there'd be more trust, you have more energy, you'll make better choices. These are all things I've found from keeping it simple. And I've got lots of emotional tools to help you, practical things, to help you achieve that. But one of the fun things I'm going to share with you is many years ago, and I keep giggling at this one. I had relationships problems all my life, actually. Great opportunities to grow on an emotional level. But I remember I was in a toxic relationship many years ago, and I was thinking, oh, I was overthinking, how could I make it better? What shall I do? What's the process of leaving? All of that. And then on the radio came a song. As I say, it's quite old. You might want to look it up if you want a bit of fun. 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Oh, what a great song. It was amazing. It was like, you know, hop on a bus, Jack, you know, there's no time to be coy. It's really fun lyrics. And if you want to listen to it, it was fun. I'm not saying you suggest that you have to listen to this song to make action upon that. But I know that when I listened to it, I thought, I'm overcomplicating everything. All I've got to do is draw myself back to the moment and keep it simple. So I did. And I realized the simple fact was I just had to walk out the door. I'd overcomplicated everything. My head had spun round and round like a marble in a tin. And we don't just do this in relationship issues. We do it everywhere, don't we? I'm only using this as an example because I remember when I heard the song, I giggled thinking, oh my God, oh, Annie says she loves that song. Isn't it fun? I mean, you want to dance to it, don't you? As I say, don't take it too seriously. I'm not suggesting you all go and leave your lovers, but it is a fun for me that time. That song represented simplicity in that area. And you might find, you know, if you just think, how can I use the same principle for every single part of my life? Do I overcomplicate the meal I'm making? Do I overcomplicate the decorating or the gardening? Do I overdo it? When really, sometimes the simple things are the most beautiful or the most rewarding, aren't they? So as I say, we all do it. So keep it simple, sunshine, is something that would be really good for you to write out. Perhaps put it on a board or a note somewhere, or perhaps on your mirror. How can I keep today's activities simple? How can I just draw myself back from racing ahead in fifth gear in my mind and thinking of all those things that sometimes aren't really relevant? You don't really need to overthink those things. You know, you're not going to be too vulnerable or feeling insecure if you could just think, I know I can achieve this bit today or right now. So what can you do? Prioritize what's important. What's really important right now? How can we keep that simple and stay present? Plan ahead, yeah, but imagine if you're planning ahead that you're shutting the door on that. So it could be overcomplicating a holiday. I know someone that does that, and for months and months before the event, all stressed, get everything right, and mustn't forget everything. It could be any area of your life. So if you can think, I'm just going to make a plan, yes, and I'm going to shut that door. I'm going to trust I'll open it when I'm ready to, and I'm closer to that event, and stay in the moment, making it simple. What can I do right now to make this better, whatever this is? And if you can't do anything, then just breathe that stress out and just trust that it will unfold as it should. And just keep it simple. Keep your thoughts simple. Keep your emotions simple. It's really important for your mind. And when you do that, your crown chakra opens when you keep it simple, because you're allowed that space in your mind to breathe, to think, to have better ideas come into your mind. And you'll find everything just works out because of that, rather than spinning and being very narrow with that outlook because you're only thinking of that one thing. You're not thinking of other things that could help you because you're in one place. And that might have been something you learned. So taking yourself mindfully back into the moment will help you to make those important decisions in your life. It certainly has me. Whether it's a problem, a challenge, a task you have to do, all of you, when you keep it simple, have better rewards. I've seen this happen time and time again. So you're helping your body, you're helping your energy, you're helping your mind. You're also helping by the law of attraction, what you attract into your life, because you're feeling that, keeping it simple feeling. You're doing yourself a favor by doing this. You're keeping it simple, you're having peace of mind, trust, and you can breathe. And because you're feeling that for 17 seconds or more, you will be able to attract more situations that you can create to be simple. Wouldn't that be great? And a great reward is found by everybody who tries this, who intends to do this, I should say. And of course, collective consciousness, really good. Because as you're working on yourself, as I say this every week, if we work on ourselves, we're helping other people. By collective consciousness, the 100 monkeys, the butterfly effect, helps other people to work on themselves. It's a vibe that you give out from your own development. Whatever you're doing, you help the rest of the world. So, and right now we need that. We need to be positive, but we need to work on keeping our energy in a place where we can control what we're thinking about. So we are more for ourselves, we're more for others. We expand ourselves by doing that. So we need to be reminded of that. Collective consciousness, every time you think of something positive for yourself, you are helping the world. Every time you work on yourself in any area. So apply this to everything you're planning for the next few months, the next week, today, tomorrow, someone's event, a birthday. We overthink it. Trust that you'll have the right things in order. Plan, shut the door, come back, trust, and keep it simple. Keep it simple, sunshine. I love it. You might even want to go to Sort It Sunshine. That's quite nice as well. That's one of my Nan talks. That's actually an exercise you can find it on my website or YouTube. It's www.nancyfinch.co.uk. So you could use Sort It Sunshine for that, to let your higher self achieve what it is that you want to achieve. This is going to give you a feeling of trust, as I say, in yourself, and that you are in control, like driving the car. Okay, so I haven't actually put that on my board, but yeah, Sort It Sunshine is one I would use to relax and to trust myself to achieve without overthinking. Okay, I've got other things I've put on here. Connecting tea with Nans. One of the ones I like, I mean, because some people say I've got so much in my head. One of the exercises, or the talks, sorry, the tea with Nans I've done, they're quite different from the Nan talks. They're just informal, as we're doing here. Clear your clutter. That's a good one, isn't it? Imagine clearing your clutter. Clear your clutter around you, clear your head. This is on the 16th of the 1st, 23. So if you want to look that up, that's where you'll find it on that date. We've got even though exercises. That's another Connecting Tea with Nan. And that is on the 7th of the 8th, 23. All about intention. Oh, hi, Rebecca. Nice that you've joined us. You might have to catch up. So even though this has always been the way, I'm going to imagine something different. Even though I'm not capable of this, today I'm going to imagine I am. So if you want to go into the even though exercise, that's, as I say, all about intention, 7th of the 8th, 23. So that would go nicely with what we're talking about today. Keep it simple, sunshine. Do it your way is another thing I thought might help, because quite a lot of people compare themselves with other people, and he does it this way, she does it that way, they're better parents, they're whatever, you know, we kind of compare ourselves to different people, different ways, in our jobs, whatever. But if you can do it your way, your authentic way, then you're going to own a bit more of that unique self, aren't you? You're going to realize your way is the way for you. Not being influenced by other people so much as how you feel that should be achieved. So if you want to go to that, that's the 14th of the 8th, 23. Quite nice. Do it your way. Nan, tea with Nan. Another really fun thing on the Nan talks, if you go back to the exercises, and by the way, they're all color coded, as I might have said. So when you're going to Sort It Sunshine, it's the yellow area. But this particular one is in the red area. So you go on to the Nan talks and go on to that area there, and you're going to see me talking about push the easy button. Okay, this is a nice little thing. It's just a little cushion, and I've put easy. It's representing a button that I can push. That particular talk will talk you through it and why you should do it. But can you imagine if you're thinking about all these things for the day, the week, the months ahead, the year, next year, 10 years, you might just want to push the easy button. That feels better. And maybe remind yourself to keep it simple, sunshine. And just push that button. Tell yourself, that's going to be easy today. Set that intention. Trust yourself with everything you decide to do that day. Push the easy button or Sort It Sunshine, and realize that you need to clear your head so you can bring more into your life. And these exercises will definitely help. So I hope that's helped so far. I think I've talked about almost everything, apart from maybe today you might want to think about how you could use kiss. Give yourself a kiss every day. You might want to give yourself a real kiss, but it's really just about keeping it simple and being affectionate and kind and supportive to yourself. Oh, I hope, Annie, I hope you get to listen to that song again today, Annie, because I can still see your comment on here. And it does make you chuckle, but it does remind us to keep everything really easy, simple. And then you can really enjoy your life on all levels, can't you? Because you're free, emotionally free from that stress, the worry, the consumption of all those thoughts, racing at a very high level. You know, we need to think today, how can I make that simple? How can I make parenting simple? How can I make this job simple? The gardening, the events I'm planning, how can I make it simple? And then congratulate yourself when you do. Just say, well done me. You know, that's another talk I've done, by the way. Nan Talks Well Done Me is in the yellow section. If you want to say well done me for keeping it simple, it's in that area there. I didn't add that, but I've done it now. All these lovely things linked together to help you, to remind you. And once you've done something for more than a few times, you suddenly feel more familiar with it. You know, say 3 weeks of learning how to keep it simple would set the synapses in your mind to not worry, not be stressed, to trust yourself, and you form a new pathway. That's worth doing it for that reason. So how about for the next 3 weeks, you keep it simple? And if you can't do that, do whatever you can. Just remind yourself when you can to keep it simple. Oh, Kerry's on here now. I think we're almost coming to a close, Kerry, so you might have to go back and listen to this again. But let's have less stress in our lives. Let's have less worry. We'll keep our energies in a better state. We'll help to prevent illnesses. If these chakra areas are working and we are feeling more relaxed, we're less likely to have an imbalance in our body or suffer from the ones we have so far. If you're suffering imbalance now, it will certainly help to make your body ease that a little and to make you feel a bit more comfortable. But you can certainly help prevent things from happening to your body by being in a relaxed state. And so push the easy button, keep it simple, and maybe write out this, as I say, keep it simple, sunshine, as a playful thing. There's another thing I really wanted. I really love every day, if I find I'm overcomplicating things, to use an exercise. It was about reducing the pressure, and it was on my Tea with Nan. It was called Take the Pressure Off, and it was on the 15th of the 5th, 23. But a very simple thing. I imagine I am a pressure cooker, 1 to 10 dial. And as I take a breath and take that dial down, I say, I get it all done on number 1. Oh, Val, you've joined us at the right time. I'm just reminding people of I get it all done on number 1. And I know you do this. But you can have that. You could have any of the things I've suggested. Keep it simple, sunshine. Anything that would make it work for you. Have to catch you later, says Val. That's okay. Oh, and Jane says she likes my blue moon meditation that I did. Yes, you'll find that on YouTube. You'll find it on my Facebook page. I'm going to put it on my website later on today, hopefully. And yeah, that was about healing the world. That was lovely. And it seemed appropriate with such a powerful moon. So if you want to go to enjoy any of my meditations, as I say, go to www.nancyfinch.co.uk. And they're all free. Just pick them up, share them. And share this today, maybe. Everyone else around may need it. And perhaps you're in a good place of not overthinking today as a result of listening to yourself, being calm or this. But share this with someone else, because you don't know. Someone that you know might need to be reminded to keep it simple. And give ourselves permission to keep it simple. We don't have to expand all our energy, thoughts on everything being so complicated in our lives. And once you start to do that, you're going to like the feeling. And whatever your demands are around you, you're going to find it's easier to do those, to achieve those, you know, get over those demands and to achieve what you want. Oh, hi, Rosie. So to get that sense of peace and calm and trust, keep it simple, sunshine. Get it all done on number 1. How easy is that? And give yourself a kiss every day, which is keep it simple, sunshine, of course. So write it out, remember it, have fun with it. It's all about having fun. And I shall see you again next week, next Monday, for another Tea with Nan. And don't know what I'm going to be doing next week, but you know, try and practice this week and let me know how you get on. You can always email me on nancyfinch@hotmail.co.uk if you need to discuss any more about what we said today. Anyway, take care, everyone. It's a namaste moment. Keep your emotional balloon high and try and keep it simple. Intend to keep it simple. It does really help you. I'll see you all again very soon. Lots of love to everybody. Bye.